The letter to you. So, there was a time months ago where I saw you as Daddy dearest. Your image in my eyes gleamed among all others. You were a lake in the desert. I knew of men like you. Promised you and myself that I would marry no one unlike you. My eyes were opened young. And when I was old enough to understand the word meaning, it came to me that those were not sounds of passion from that room. They were that of pain. I never knew mothers cried until that day, and there was nothing I could say. My voice was not to be heard in that source of shelter. I will never call that place a home. The ill thought of returning soon chilled a 3-year-old to the bone, and as I lay me down to sleep, a goddess eased my pain with a sweeping of my forehead. I played afraid so she'd stay, so she wouldn't have to lay next to you. She knelt beside me and found peace in dreams. I often opened weary eyes to check on her. But when I had opened my eyes for the last time that night, your hands were on her, wrapped around her ankles like shackles that kept her great-grandmother, arms that held me, struggled against floorboards, her fingernails ate carpet, pulling, scratching, screaming, reaching, pleading, but the back side of your left hand, with knuckles identical to mine, stopped time, reached back to a shoulder upon which I once cried, and came down angrily to meet her cheek. Closed my eyes tight so I wouldn't have to see blood that runs through these veins, shed in vain. Covered my ears so I wouldn't have to hear your thunder as her eyelashes brought rain. But after encounter, and sight after sight, and fight after fight, and fright after fright, a 6-year-old me just wanted to take flight. And I stood in that windowsill, overlooking that patio, thought maybe I was the source to your anger. Hold me now, I'm 12 seconds from the plunge. I was 6 years old, considering suicide. And as glasses shattered, I developed a new hate for you. You altered my ability to trust. I always felt like a prisoner just wanting an escape, but I had to wait for those bars to rust. You were the warden to our happiness, the burden that broke backs. I always wondered why this was so, but I could never ask. A phone call from a woman claiming she was your wife paid our bail. A backseat DNA test got us off probation. And guess what? No more shackles, no more cuffs, no more burdens, no more trust. There was a time months ago where I saw you as Daddy dearest. You are now nothing but an X chromosome and a constant reminder that hands were holding.